Blood circulatory system of vertebrates. As complex organisms, humans and all vertebrate animals have a specialized transport system known as the blood circulatory system. The diagram shows the blood circulatory system for vertebrate animals. Fish has two chambers, one ventricle and one atrium. Amphibians have three chambers, two atrium and one ventricle. Reptiles have three chambers, two atrium and one ventricle. Birds and mammals have four chambers, two atrium and two ventricle. Fish have single blood circulatory type of blood circulatory system. The component of heart of fish have one atrium and one ventricle. Oxygenated blood flows from the heart to the whole body, provides oxygen, changes into deoxygenated blood and flows back into the heart. Deoxygenated blood flows from the heart to the gills, where oxygen, which diffuses into the capillaries of the gills, changes deoxygenated blood to oxygenated blood. Amphibians have incomplete double blood circulatory system. Amphibians have two atriums and one ventricle. Oxygenated blood flows from the heart to the brain, and mixture of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood flows to the rest of the body except the lungs to provide oxygen, changes into deoxygenated blood and flows back into the heart. Deoxygenated blood flows from the heart to the lungs and moist outer skin, where oxygen, which diffuses into the blood capillaries, changes deoxygenated blood to oxygenated blood. Reptiles have incomplete double blood circulatory system. Reptiles have two atriums and one ventricle, which is two parts. Oxygenated blood flows from the heart to the whole body except the lungs to provide oxygen, changes into deoxygenated blood and flows back into the heart. Deoxygenated blood flows from the heart to the lungs, where oxygen, which diffuses into the blood capillaries, changes deoxygenated blood to oxygenated blood. Mammals and birds have complete double blood circulatory system. They have two atriums and two ventricles. Oxygenated blood flows from the heart to the whole body except the lungs to provide oxygen, changes into deoxygenated blood and flows back into the heart. Deoxygenated blood flows from the heart to the lungs, where oxygen, which diffuses into the blood capillaries, changes deoxygenated blood to oxygenated blood. The human blood circulatory system. The human blood circulatory system consists of the heart, blood, and blood vessels. The blood vessels that carry blood out of the heart are called arteries. The blood vessels that carry the blood into the heart are called veins. In the veins, blood is prevented from flowing backward by valves. The blood circulatory system of humans involves circulation of blood, which is pumped by an organ known as the heart to the whole body through specialized vessels, namely arteries, capillaries, and veins, as shown in the diagram. Artery function is to carry blood away from the heart, and aorta is the largest artery. Vein is to carry blood to the heart. Vena cava is the largest vein. Blood capillary is function to connect artery to the vein. Humans have a double blood circulatory system, which is made up of the pulmonary circulatory system and systemic circulatory system. The blood passes through the heart twice for each circuit of the body. The advantages of double blood circulatory system is oxygenated blood returns to the heart to be pumped again before being distributed to the rest of the body, which increases the pressure of the blood and rate of flow, speeding up the delivery of oxygen. Now we want to know what are the difference between pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation consists of blood vessels that transport deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs to be oxidized and returns oxygenated blood to the heart. Systemic circulation consists of aorta and all the branches, arteries that transport oxygenated blood to the body tissues and returns deoxygenated blood to the heart. Now we look at the pulmonary circulation diagram. Oxygenated blood from the lungs is carried to the heart through the pulmonary vein, and deoxygenated blood from the heart is carried back to the lungs to be oxygenated. In systemic circulation, the oxygenated blood from the heart is carried to all body parts, including all the organs through aorta, except the lungs. Okay, the oxygenated blood is transferred to liver, stomach, intestine, kidneys, and other lower body parts. And from the body parts, okay, deoxygenated blood is carried back to the heart, except the lungs. Now, complete the chart which shows a comparison of the blood circulatory systems of vertebrates such as mammals, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and fish. You can differentiate all these blood circulatory system in vertebrates in the aspect of type of blood circulatory system, the component of heart, the flow of oxygenated blood, and the flow of deoxygenated blood.